Hey guys, I'm Styler, and in this video I'm going to unbox and review the OnePlus 3T with 6GB RAM and 64GB storage and Oxygen OS based on Android 7.0. So the 3T was released about 3 months ago from now, so yes, it has been out for some time, and to be honest, I haven't been too much interested in it until today. What makes the 3T interesting now is that the price is currently going down to a level where I must say that you get some really good hardware for the money. And if you're interested in this phone for the best price, please check the link from GearBest in the video description, and also their 3rd anniversary sale, which includes some very good deals. Here we have the Chinese version in black and grey, with optic AMOLED display, Corning Gorilla Glass 4, Oxygen OS, Snapdragon 821, and front and rear 16MP cameras. On the back we find some stickers with some basic info and the serial and IMEI numbers. Let me just remove these so we can have a better look at the beautiful design. The rear camera is using a sapphire lens and is on 16MP using the Sony IMX298 sensor with support for optical image stabilization. There's a small noise cancelling mic and a strong single LED flash. Out of the box it comes with a pre-installed screen protector. The front glass is 2.5D curved Corning Gorilla Glass 4. In the bottom we find a fixed fingerprint sensor, so it's not a clicky home button, but something you just press your finger on. The design is metal and glass, and it's very beautiful and solid. On the side there's a small slider to set it on not disturb or fast mute the phone and the volume buttons. In the bottom we have the speaker, USB Type-C, the microphone and headphone jack. On the right we have a dual nano SIM tray and the power button. In the top there is absolutely nothing. Inside we find a 3400 mAh built-in battery with excellent battery life, and the whole bag is a little bit curved and made of metal. Now let's unbox the rest. A card with some info in Chinese. OnePlus has its own quick charge technology, which is called dash charge, and in only 30 minutes it charges about 56%, so that's really quick. Then there's a red and white USB Type-C cable, typical for OnePlus. And last we have some more leaflets and papers inside this box. A small SIM tray pin opener. Safety information in Chinese. A dash charge card. And last a quick start guide and overview in English, German and other important languages. So that's it for the full unboxing. Now to my full review. First let's have a look at the viewing angles. It is using a 5.5-inch Full HD AMOLED display with 401 ppi pixel density. The viewing angles, sharpness and colors are very good. There has been a lot of talk on the net about the screen brightness, but I must say that I'm fully satisfied with what I see. In my opinion, the picture is bright and very clear, and the black values are fantastic. So I have absolutely nothing to complain about. Let me now show you the slider on the side. It's very convenient. With that one you can very fast mute the phone or set it on not disturb. In the top the phone has a 16MP Samsung front camera and a multicolored notification LED. In the bottom there are capacitive keys with small dots as backlight. The phone supports off-screen gestures and also things like double tap to wake and even also double tap to sleep. The front fingerprint scanner works amazing. It works in 360 degree and it's very fast and accurate. So I give it a 10 out of 10. One of the best I have seen on a Chinese phone. The network reception is nice, and here you see that I get H+ with one of my SIM cards that only supports 3G. While I with my second SIM card even get 4G on Vodafone's network, as you see here. Besides that, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and NFC works like a charm. The phone actually came out of the box with Android 6, but after a quick OTA, I'm now using 7. With Android 7 you also have cool features like multi-window that you can see here, and it makes multitasking so much better. So this is Oxygen OS version 4.0.3 based on Android 7.0. Also to the left we have something called Shelf, also known from previous OnePlus phones. It comes with Google Apps and the Play Store, and you can customize some few things in the launcher. We have here the typical list of widgets, and you can change the wallpaper and lock screen. Let me just try one of the stock wallpapers so you can see the bezel. And let me switch back to my own wallpaper again. In the top we have some quick toggles that also can be rearranged. And let me try the highest and also the lowest brightness, so it can get really dark. So here we have all the phone settings. Let me first just scroll all down to about. And here you see the build, Android version and specifications. Android 7.0 Nougat. There's of course also NFC, and it supports tap and pay. You can also set up what the slider should do. Different settings for the hardware buttons like press, long press, etc. And it is also possible to enable on-screen buttons if you rather like that. Then there are various gestures like double tap to wake or draw an O to start the camera. And let's also have a look into the storage and memory. The phone has 64GB internal storage, and here it shows that 2.4GB is used. Unfortunately, it doesn't support any micro SD card. Next, the memory. Totally it has 6GB RAM, where 1.5GB is currently being used. And here you see the security and fingerprint settings, where you can also enable an app locker to secure your privacy. In language, you can just add more languages, so that's very easy and convenient. And last, let's have a look inside the display settings. We find a special night mode, a screen calibration, where you can change the colors and temperature. I'm currently using the all black theme as it saves battery with an AMOLED display, but let's try to switch to the standard white one. We have accent color, which can be changed. And you can change the font size and also the display size, so you can make it bigger or smaller and customize it just like you want it. And last we have the LED notification settings, where you can change the colors. Now let me show you some 3D gaming with Asphalt 8. Gaming on this phone is so much fun. Okay, so now let me show you the camera app. We have here some few settings below. In the top we can change from photo to time-lapse, slow motion, video, manual or panorama. For photo there are not so many settings, but as you see it has support for RAW. In video mode you can record in 1080p with 60 frames per second or even 4K resolution. And here we have the manual mode where you can change ISO, contrast, brightness and so on. In the top corner you can also enable or disable HDR mode. And last, let me show you the panorama mode. On the back we find a single LED flash. Not the biggest LED I have seen, but kind of strong anyway, even though it's hard to see here in the video. The front camera is on 16 megapixel and using a Samsung sensor. It's wide angled and it's able to capture some pretty good details as you see here. The 16 megapixel Sony rear camera with aperture 2.0, face detection autofocus and OIS is able to do some really good pictures with a lot of nice detail. The focus is very fast and it seems good in landscape but also macro mode. And even nighttime shots are not bad. But have a look at some samples here that I have made. It has full support for USB Type-C on the go. And here you see that it works just fine. And let me just explore what I have on my USB stick. The colors are vibrant, the picture sharp, and the touch panel is very precise and fast. This phone also has a gyroscope and therefore recommended for use with VR headsets or Google Cardboard. The built-in speaker is what I would call above average, not super, but the sound is pretty clear and there is even also a little bit of bass and good mid. GPS on the phone is very fast to get a log. The reception and signals are relatively strong as you see here. It has support for all kind of satellites like GLONASS and others, and compass is also supported. The accuracy seems real and reliable, and as you see it slowly goes down to about 5 to 6 meters. The OnePlus 3T is relatively light, only 160 gram. And the thickness in the center is about 7.4 mm and in the outer edge only 6.3 mm. So now I will show you info and results from different test apps. In this part I will not talk, but just turn up for the music, but stay tuned for the pros and cons in the end of the video. Let's here also do a quick design comparison. To the left I here have the Uni-C and to the right the OnePlus 3T. Both have a fixed home with fingerprint scanner. From the side the 3T is thinner. In the bottom they look a little bit similar, but the 3T also has the headphone jack placed there, while the back is totally different. The only similarities are the metal back and plastic stripes. So the OnePlus 3T is an extremely fast and very beautiful China smartphone. Unfortunately it is a bit pricey, but in return you get a phone with high quality hardware. It's hard not to like the 3T as it does everything close to perfect. The only downsides are no microSD card slot, no LTE Band 20 on the Chinese version, and that it always requires the included dash charger to quick charge. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Please drop a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching this video and I hope to see you in my next one.